Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, Corrine Crafts. Thank you for joining us today. I hope everyone is well. This is a really quick and simple card. This is the second one in my sort of scrap busting series. So yes, all about using all of the little bits and pieces that you have got. This come from the smallest little piece of scrap paper. I've used the tiniest little bit of green, and I've even taken the centre out of my rose gold to put back in my scrap box so that it can be used at another time. I think we should just get on and see how to make this. So how do we make this card? For this card, again, it's all about busting those scraps, seeing how to make beautiful cards out of next to nothing. This is the card I'm taking out of my scrap box. Apart from that, all I need for this card, apart from my card base, is 2 pieces of white and a piece of rose gold. And I've even been conscientious and taken that out. So this is now going back into my scrap box. So I'm taking this much out, so it's almost the same, and I'm putting one back in. So it's a really lovely card to use up all of your scraps. I'll put those to one side for a minute, and we'll take the first element, just so that it's got a minute or two to dry. So I've got 2 pieces of white card. This one, the largest one, is 5 by 7. So this one is just gone down by 1/4 of an inch. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop some masking tape on. So this is a really nice low tack masking tape. Cut off a piece, and I'm going to stick it on my clothes for a minute, just to take off a little bit of the sticky. Okay, so let's so hopefully that sticky lost some of its sticky. I'm going to use my glass mat, and I'm just going to pop this. Let's go in about an inch in, and I'm hardly even going to touch. I'm just going to press it along that one edge. You see, I really don't want it to stick. Get the other one off my dress, and then I'm going to bring the other one in. Let's go 1 1/4 inches in. You can do anything, but I just wanted a nice straight line. So I'm going to turn this round, and that is where I'm going to pop my detail. Actually, let's just pick this one up a minute. I'm going to go 1 1/2. That just looks a little bit skinny. Little bit skinny. Let's go a little bit more. Come on. Oh, really try not to stick it down too hard, because I don't want it to catch. But that's great, because I'm now taking off some of the stick. So let's go in 1 1/2. That's 2. Come on, Corrine. There we go. 1 1/2. It's only an approximate. It's just to keep the rest of the card clean. Okay, so let's turn that round. Don't worry about that. I'm not even going to go down there. So I want to put some glitter paste through there. So I found myself a stencil. I wanted something quite dainty, and I found my sort of dotty one. So this came out of my Spots and Dots. It's the longer of the panel. So I just wanted something nice and fine and dainty, and that's going to go across there. And the masking tape is basically, as you can see, going to control where I did it. So I had a look for my glitter paste, and I found this lovely sort of clear white one, and this lovely it's called Classy, but it's a sort of rose gold. Again, I couldn't quite come along with the all white. As much as I tried, it wasn't happening. So what I wanted to do, I've just got a nice little work mat. It would go onto your glass mat, but I then just get messy while I'm doing it. So I'm going to get a scoop of the clear. Can you see it's got an iridescent sparkle in it? Make sure you put your lids back on your glitter paste nice and quickly. And then I'm going to get my Classy, and I'm going to get a lot less. So I'm going to get 1/2, 1/3. I'm going to pop that in there. It's just to give it a little bit of colour. Like I say, I thought really I should have done this just with the clear or white one, but I couldn't quite bring myself. You can make it as coloured as you like. I nearly went with a nice pink glitter paste, but I thought, no, come on, this one's lovely, this rose gold. So all I've done is just mix the 2 different pastes together. It doesn't waste any, look, because I've done it on my mat. So look at that, I picked it all up. So once I've mixed the 2 colours together, all I'm going to do, oops, you see that's catching on there, just a minute, right, let's pop that just there, and I put my stencil on. Now, I don't want harsh lines, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the middle, and I'm just going to take it up. I'm just going to take it down. So I'm doing it deliberately so that it doesn't finish like in a straight jagged line. So you've got plenty of scope. That was hardly any glitter paste, was it? But it will work. It just is enough. I just want to add a little bit of interest. If you want to take all, look at that. That's all that was left. So I can pop that back on there. There you go. So that is all that I want to do. So all you need to do then is lift up your stencil. Perfect. And then, just like when we were doing inking, I'm taking my masking tape off at an angle, and hopefully this is just regular sort of super smooth card. It's not watercolor or anything. Look at that. I love that because it's just so irregular, isn't it? Can you see how it doesn't start or finish in a nice straight line? Again, oh, it's just caught. I'm going to come from the bottom. I'm always looking for low tack tape that will actually really be properly low tack. So you can see it always, if you do it at an angle, always seems to be the best. There we go, that was better. Right, I've just got a little bit of glitter on my hands, so let's get rid of that. Now, just leave that to dry, or if you can't leave it to dry, just waft it gently with your heat gun. You don't want to do over much. I'm just going to stop a minute while that dries. Okay, once you've started to get it dry, all I'm going to do is I'm then going to just pop it up in front of the window where it can continue to dry whilst I do the next bit. So let me just feel. Oh yeah, that's actually firmed up quite nicely because it's such a small amount. But I love how it's just adding a little bit of texture and interest to the card. So let's pop that up there. Let's move those out of the way. So let's go back to our scraps. So this calls for your mini die cutting machine, whatever brand you have. Then just have a look around for some flower dies that you've got. So I've just found a couple of flowers and a little bit of foliage. So I'm going to get my flowers and I'm going to pop them on. So this is just some pattern paper, but I actually want the B-side, the reverse. So I'm going to pop that piece on there. I'm going to put this one on here. So you'll see I could get another one of those and another one of those. So I'd quite easily get plenty of flowers out of here. And I'm going to pop it into the wallet and then through my little mini machine. I'll bring it back. There we go. That's going to come out. Oh, look, little flower. And then I'm going to get my foliage. Just a nice little bit of green. I can probably get, if I put that at an angle, I'll get another one on. Pop that into there. And that will go through there. The green is just for a hint because this is going to be a sort of clean and simple stash busting card. How about that? That's quite a statement, isn't it? A clean and simple stash busting card. So I've got my foliage. This one's just from one of my previous personal signature collections that I did, but I'm sure you've got foliage and I'm sure you've got flowers as well. So there we go. Let's take those out. There we are. So I've got some flowers. Not very interesting like that. So all I would do is grab a couple of ball tools. Sorry about the clunking. Can't be helped with glass. Turn them over onto the back like that. Flip them over and oops, I've just ripped that one, but I can stick it back on. That will go back on really easy just with a little bit of glue. And I'm going to put some pearls or something in the centre so nobody will see that it came off. So let's just pop that back on there. And I can let that dry. Oh, just catch it. Come on, Corrine, catch. There we go. That can be drying over there. Okay, and that one. So then the smaller ones, turn it over. That won't show at all by the time I finished. Turn that over. turn that over. So I've gone down to my smallest ball tool and then done any sort of really spongy mat will work. I've got a whole load of baby sponges that I often use as well. Okay, so I am going to use one that's already dry. So what we're going to do, we're going to build up the card and then we're going to put the flowers on. So what I thought initially, what I was going to do was I was going to, remember I've taken the centre out, so because this is a scrap busting card. I've got a piece of rose gold to go onto my card base, just like that. And then this was going to go on there. But then I thought, no, that wasn't giving me the look I wanted. So I'm going to put the rose gold on, put that round there. That's going on first. I always concentrate on the border on the top and down the sides, because if that comes a little bit big, which it might be running a little bit big now, it's so easy to trim it down afterwards. But obviously I can't trim it off anywhere else. So that's how I tend to position my card. So I'm not going to put that on there. What I've actually got is I've got another piece of card. This one is my 7x5. And I'm going to pop that on there, put some glue in the middle. We can use tacky glue or PVA when you're using your matte mirror. It won't do it any harm. That's going to go on there. Let's give that a nice burnish. There we go. That's going on like that. Then I'm going to take this. So I have just put my Sticks to that foam on a roll. Absolutely brilliant. It's quite a skinny one. I wouldn't quite say it's shaker foam because it's not really deep enough, but it's really good. You could put 2 layers on if you want to use it for your shakers, but it's really, really handy to have. And then I'm just putting a little bit of wet glue on there so I've got some wiggle room, and then that is going on there. And to me, I just love the effect that having that extra white layer makes. Doesn't that make it look so much nicer? Just need my cloth. There we go. Just get rid of any glue that's seeped out. There we are. Okay, so then it's about bringing in the flowers. So I've got a few more. Still being really not using too many at all. So I'm going to pop my foliage, and I'm going to just pop my foliage just coming out like that. I had another one. We might pop it in there. Okay, I think I might. So I've got these. If you want to, you can always add a little bit more shape to them. And these are going to sit on here. So I might actually trim these down. I think these are just a little tad big. So let's trim them to there. I'm going to do the same on this one. Trim it to there because it was just a little bit big. So 1, 2, and one, and the smaller ones, just shape it up again. I've just let it get flattened. Let's start with 3 of those, and then using a smaller ball tool, if you can just see, I'm just making sure these are nicely shaped. Let's see where we're going to go with these. Always remember I was using that reverse side. So let's grab some, I think this is the easiest way, 3D glue. And I also use my tweezers because I find that the easiest way. So I'm just going to move the greenery out of the way for a minute. And, oh, I'll tell you what I need to do. I've got a sentiment. So I'm actually going to stick my sentiment on. So let's pop my sentiment on because that's going to help me. And I'm going to put my sentiment just there. There we go. We'll get there in a minute, won't we? So this now can start to hug around that sentiment. So we're just going to make a little sort of swag all the way around there. So we're coming in. Actually, I might come in with that one next. Again, this is why I'm using the wet glue, because it means I can swap and change. Where was that one? That's there. I need a little bit more because I left some behind. Let's come in just there. And I'm going to use a little bit of wet glue and put that one up there. Then I think we can, again, because of the way we've done it, we can then pop in our foliage. Again, this is, you know, that sort of clean and simple look, if that's what you like. I do struggle, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it, so I can press that down. You see how all my flowers sort of just overlap, because yeah, that's how it looks best. You don't want to have big gaping gaps between them. So let's put a little bit more on here, and then we can come in with this one, and then we can come on at the top. We can go just there, and a little one. And if you wanted to, you could yes, I'm going to put that one there on top of the greenery, so I've just got a bit of greenery showing through. Don't want it at the top. No, I think I want it. I mean, that's nearly done. Right, I need to find some centres. So let's use ones. They're not quite rose gold, but they're not far off. So we can then just pop those, oops, come over into the centre. There you go. That is all I'm going to do. So, brilliant scrap busting card, using up just the smallest amount. I mean, that much of your pattern paper, tiniest little bit of green, and then it's just a piece of rose gold and a couple of, that's less than 1 sheet of A4, little bit of glitter paste just to give it a little lift. How about that? I think that is so pretty. Hope you like it. Love to see what it inspires you to make, and thank you for watching my YouTube videos. Really appreciate it. Don't forget, links are down at the bottom for all of the bits that you might want to get. So until the next one, take care and thank you.